I would like to have better communication sometimes. I don't think our communication is always the greatest, and I think that that would be a great tool to have, and just so that we can work together and be on the same page with life events and big issues like money and religion and stuff like that.
You know, I'm not very familiar with the types of it. I just know that in churches, usually if you get married, they require you to kind of take some and, fill out the...
My wife and I never had any because we decided to elope and just kind of went off and got married on our own, but we lived together for a few years before that, so probably felt like we had enough stuff worked out.
I don't really have a lot of personal experience with premarital counseling.
Premarital counseling definitely benefits in marriage, simply based on the fact that when two parties are put together in an environment where the lines of communication are open and they are able to talk about their beliefs and their fears and how each other are going to act in that relationship, it's going to be something that's well worth it and beneficial.
I think it's a great idea. The divorce rate is 50%, and I would really like to work with premarital counseling in the future and try to help couples be able to get those resources that they need to help them have better relationships.
I think it is important because, I don't think that people necessarily know what to expect in marriage or how to communicate effectively or even what to communicate about. So I think that premarital counseling is good for that, just so that people can kind of learn what to expect and how to communicate with one another and kind of prevent problems maybe and learn how to work together.
Really fascinating just to hear different couples' stories, things that people typically fight about and how to overcome those. So those are the things that stick out the most.
That it is an effective way to help couples communicate and get them ready for marriage and help them be more stable and have happy relationships.
I think it makes you think about things in a different way, or think about things that you wouldn't have thought of on your own had you not had those suggested to you. I think it was. A lot of times I can remember some of the questions that they asked us that really stuck out in my mind as to differences and how we would overcome those, and a lot of times I can see myself thinking back to that and that information being very helpful.
I really don't think it's affecting it too much. I think we probably have our days that, we have a disagreement about something like anybody would. Even people that I know that have gone through premarital counseling have had pretty significant fights and arguments and things like that. So I don't think because we didn't go through it that, we're any worse off than anybody else at all.
Yes, I would definitely recommend premarital counseling to anyone that's seeking it for a marriage. Definitely because it is a safe environment where, again, two parties are able to get together, talk openly, express their fears, express their expectations without recourse, and just being able to talk and open up those lines of communication are an asset to me.
No, I think I'd probably leave it up to the individual, that couple. It's their choice. I think some people it might be really good for them, but there's others that it just may not be something that they feel is necessary. Kind of.